I guess it's recorded.
We're working from here this morning.
I got nobody in chat. I can't tell if anything's going on. Can you go to the main page?
That's not ready yet.
It says watch live.
What the heck? Did I just...
I think it's working.
I think it's working. What? No chat?
Not until the time is ready.
Oh, maybe that's it. Feel free to grab one of these tiki bags to put your tea in.
Okay.
Not kidding.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wow, lots of people here. Okay.
Hey, everybody. We're kind of just groggy and blown away right now.
We have 1,100 people viewing us right now. Yeah.
It's been a heck of a couple days ending here. Rawa, you're live. Yeah. Come in live. Have a seat. You're here for the celebration.
I am.
Had a few crazy days.
And yeah,
There's 1,100 people, but don't be nervous.
everybody's saying Rawa, Rawa. Awesome.
We got food and cake.
We got food, cake. Things happening.
Good email this morning.
Yeah, excellent email this morning. Now to digest it and get back to it.
You're live with 1,100 people.
Right, that's Vicky.
I have to tell her that so we don't
Hi,
say anything.
Vicky, everybody says. Yeah.
All the details.
Yeah.
We should be more excited, but we're just kind of numb. We're really, really excited, but it's just been a crazy end of this thing. How you doing?
What are these tiki cups for here?
In a little bit, probably about half an hour. So we got a little, some stuff that I still need to do this morning.
Yeah.
When
When
you look at the
do
page and change it.
Put it there now. Just change it there. Okay.
I'm gonna make my tea look cool.
Yeah.
That's in the story area, not the base, right?
Yeah.
It's not that we're ignoring you either. We just have stuff to do, so bear with us. You can just watch us.
We'll start answering some of those questions.
Ryan will keep disappearing over there because he's got a little tiki thing going on. Bravo's here by my side, making sure I don't say anything wrong.
Are you in the chat too, Ryan?
I was heading that direction. Trying to figure it out.
Because then I can go here.
I'm going.
Okay, and then you can look at some of these questions too.
Where do you want me to put that? Where should you put that? Just right there.
I think right at the top now. Thank you, or just maybe like a thank you for the campaign.
Yeah. My wife is keeping me apprised. She said the video and audio is not great. The audio is pretty pretty
Mute,
muddy.
money.
Yeah.
The video's okay?
Are you plugged into?
Yeah, I'm hard coded. Yeah, and I shut off my Wi-Fi this morning too, so.
Okay.
So the microwave can't affect this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
So
why.
those are just regular QA questions. People just asked a bunch of questions, so maybe we
Okay.
can look through some of those.
Yeah, I can't get in here and do this on my machine.
No. You can probably get to the chat, but you want to be able to get to the question.
Okay, let me change this story stuff first.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually don't want to change this yet.
Because yeah. You want
Because if I do, it'll be like, campaign's over.
Yeah, and we still got an hour.
Yeah.
I do want to say that we are blown away by the campaign. Pretty much blew away any numbers we had in our head. So thank you so much for all of that.
Pretty much.
It's
Now we have to
awesome.
figure out how to make all this stuff. We've got people who are talking to people, who are making stuff, who are talking back to the people, talking back to us.
Yeah, we got some good emails back and forth from our factory in China about some of the stuff that you guys have addressed on some of your comments about the inkwell and about the book. And
Yeah, by the way, we had sent those comments to China even before they brought us the comments.
yeah.
So we'd already gotten some replies back on that.
Yep. So.
Because we want our inkwells to look as good as yours.
So yeah, it's just great. You can look at all these backers coming right now. Like
Oh my
it
God.
just keeps coming. What's the number?
You guys are just rocking this. It's just crazy.
Was that Terry Coolidge's name I saw fly through there?
I don't know.
I think I did.
I feel like it's a PBS thing where we should read names of.
Thank you,
Man-
Felix, for becoming a backer. Yeah.
Oh,
Anytime a backer comes up,
right. Thank you, Felix.
This story.
We'll just use first names. Mike, we see you there. Thank you. Good job, Mike.
You realize you have like 1,000 other people that.
No, that we're gonna miss.
Yeah.
We just start reading through the
Thank you
names.
for the 1,000.
Backer 19108. Thank you.
1081.
981.
Yes, maybe. Nice. All right, you're gonna give me a.
You can read it.
I think I can see it right.
Question and answer.
Q&A. Ripped stream, froze, freeze.
Oh,
Is somebody, are we? I guess we should tell QA not to,
yeah, if they want to see it coming here.
I'll have them on screen.
Okay, thank you.
we're trampling on our
Uh,
favorite. It's back, good. Change our ISP, yeah, we wish. Good suggestion.
Mine's on cellular, so I'm not taking up any data.
Yeah,
I know, in the new place I'm going, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be cell too.
all right, I'll answer some of these questions in between here. Will there be some kind of certificate of authenticity included with the linking book? And a thank you video of remembering this complaining the book would be cool. That would be cool. That's a great idea. So yeah, we should probably do a certificate of authenticity, although these will be hard to fake. It's, I think,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know what's involved. We'll have to, at this point, see what's involved in getting a sheet in there. But I do like the video of the thank you video, and whether or not we get it in the actual book or whether we have it for you to put in the book, formatted in the right size later. That's a pretty cool idea. Yeah.
Put that on the board so we don't hit it.
somebody's asking about improving Moolah, Myst Online with some of the funds. We have to take accounting of the funds to make sure we've got, we have to actually do a big spreadsheet, figure out how much between Kickstarters, deductions, and credit card deductions, and cost of goods, and shipping, and licensing. Then we also have taxes on this, tax implications. But all that said, it's more than we thought we'd have. So yes, some of this, no doubt, will go to Myst Online, just as it'll go to cleaning up and making sure all of our products are in good shape. You know, a lot of those have kind of lagged, and we haven't been able to make them as good as we'd like them to be. So a lot of cleanup will occur from this. Will Firmament be playable without virtual reality? I'm not sure the Firmament will ever be playable. We'll see what happens with Firmament. We have a small kind of proof of concept that we've done that's beautiful and works well, but it's not a game per se, and it doesn't really give much of the story. So we'll be, but in our minds, in my mind, I won't say ours, because in my mind it's VR, and specifically for VR. It doesn't mean that we haven't done some testing in non-VR, as Ryan looks at me and smiles, just to see what that meant.
Yeah.
So.
Good morning, Carl.
Hey, Carl. Come on
Carl, come on in, join the celebration.
The eye doctor and so my eyes are dilated, so I'm
Oh, you look
No,
you look downright sunny.
I'm good. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we'll have lots of food here in a second. I figure about a half an hour I'll start making everything. So.
A lot of drinks.
So here's a good question that a lot of you had: is maintainer level, will I be able to download the games in August, or must I wait until I get the discs? You will be able to download the games as soon as we get codes for you. And then in addition, you'll have the discs when they come. So,
Yep.
Are you ever going to make another Myst game? Yes.
Sorry.
Ever is a long time.
Ever is a long time. Yeah. And you, are you ever, like if you're speaking to me, you know, barring mishap, will this work on Windows 7? We kind of addressed this in one of the latest updates, and we're doing our testing for 10 because we don't have a lot of people. Vicki will attest to that. And so we're trying to look forward for all of this. But with that said, we have heard anecdotal comments saying that people have had success in 7 and 8, I think, right?
Yes.
So you can't hold us to that, and we're not sure, but we've seen some stuff that works. But again, we're testing for the latest and greatest on both PC and Mac, or Windows and Mac OS. Let's see. These live streams have been amazing. What are the chances of a regular Rand Miller podcast? Pretty slim. At least the video one. You know what's funny is my brother and I, Ryan, my youngest brother and I, often talk about doing a podcast. But we've done that for years and nothing's ever come of it. Maybe someday. Let's see here. These games, remastering the games. So here's one. Now that you've confirmed that there's still massive interest in these games, any thought of remastering the games to today's standards? Yeah. So how can I put this? We have limited resources for Ribbon, and I don't mean people, I mean models and images to make that better, and Ribbon definitely stands on its own in a really good way. But with that said, we're investigating everything now with the success of this campaign, especially since it's wrapped around the whole Myst series, to bringing those things forward in an elegant and interesting way that doesn't mess with what they are. So yes, we're definitely looking into that. Don't know what all that means, but yeah, we think a lot like you guys, I think, for the most part. Let's see. Will there be an abduction 2? I don't think there's an abduction 2. We never say never. I always say think. But right now, I think we've got a few projects we'd love to do if we can, you know, they're bigger and smaller and whatever, but they don't involve an abduction 2. That was definitely a one-off kind of feeling for us.
Yeah.
So I'll address the Linux. There's a Linux comment here that I'd love to address. Disappointed with our strange answer on developing a Linux version. So here's the problem with Linux. I'll just be straight with you. It will cost us a lot more money to have those converted to Linux, because we priced it out when we thought we could do it, than the number of Linux people who will get the game and play it on Linux and can't play it on something else. So the question is are those resources, and I know that disappoints the Linux people, but the question is, do we use that money for other things, or do we kind of burn some of it for the Linux crowd? And we considered it, got the pricing, and then looked at how many people Linux we have to estimate that, and it just didn't make financial sense to do that with, frankly, the money we got from you guys. So so we called it. As much as we'd love to do another platform, that one just didn't make sense, and it's because of the money involved. There's actually thousands and thousands of dollars to get that converted. So the other part of that is Linux is a very diverse group, and so we could aim it at one platform and one specific Linux setup and make some people happy. But as you Linux people know, lots of people in that world think that they've got the right setup. So it's really hard, and that even limits us more what the base is of people who would buy or who would get that program. It doesn't mean in the future we won't reconsider it, but it certainly didn't make sense for trying to rush it out and announce it for this campaign. That's the thinking behind it. I hope you guys understand it. You're asking the question about the digital Myst books, in what format they'll be in. Not sure yet. We're definitely looking at Kindle because it seems to have a really broad platform. That's where we're at now, but that could change. I know we even looked at PDF, and you can put PDFs on Kindle. I use Kindle. I'm a Mac guy, but I use Kindle because it's, I don't know. Yeah, so how does the secret compartment work? What kind of stuff can we fit in it? I think you can fit small children and grapes.
If we told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
That's true, but we can't tell you where it is. Or you shouldn't tell anyone where it is. Yeah, and you guys know, to a certain extent, what we know. There are 3 compartments in that book. The top compartment under the window is where the DVDs go. The one under that is kind of a larger drawer, and that's where, if you get the inkwell, part of it will fit in there, disassembled. If you don't get the inkwell, you still get that area or whatever. And then there's a little sliding secret compartment on the side that is over there that's top secret, that I think the pen is in if you get the inkwell and pen. And it's kind of in the spine of the book, and you can fit some stuff in there too. We thought that was really cool. That was the idea plan. Okay. When you give the option to play in French, I think we've addressed some of that in one of our updates, what we're looking at. And I wish we could be more, more concrete with our answers there, but we're still going over these versions of the game. And Vicky was down in the vault yesterday even looking for other versions that we have that we may convert. So what that means is we have ones that we are fairly sure about, as we mentioned in that update, and we also have some that are a little tougher for us to figure out how to get those into the mix. It doesn't mean they won't be. It means that they might not be burned on the DVD, but they might come out later as part of the digital stuff, or they might not come out at all. And then there's the ones that we don't even think are part of the mix, that we just put little X's that we don't think we've ever had or are very hard to take care of. So
so Katie just let me know that we have the first song from Russell that we'll be able to share today.
oh, cool. That's great. I'm just reading a comment right here. So this is good. I'll actually answer it and use that too. Somebody asked about the fact that if all you need to do is be on the $1 tier and you'll get the soundtrack and the original music by Russell Brower. And I'm not sure exactly how those will be distributed, but they asked if the higher tiers will get that. Of course, yes. The higher tiers will get everything more or less below them.
Yeah.
There's exceptions that I think that would make sense. But
yeah, so yeah, hopefully I can share that today. He said it's references the original Myst, the clock tower, and various moves that present themselves.
that's cool.
And that, yeah, I don't know if this is a final of this, or it looks like it's a draft.
Okay, that's cool. So that's a cool celebration thing. You guys will hear, if you didn't hear what Ryan said, that Russell's got kind of a rough of one of the first original pieces that he'll be releasing today. So boom, that's awesome. So here's a question: what does the inkwell look like now? Since you said in the last AMA that you had submitted some changes, you guys noticed a couple things in the inkwell that we had already kind of submitted changes for. We don't have a model back from the factory yet, so.
And that is hopefully we'll get in days, they said.
Yeah, we should be getting that back, but we requested all the things that you noticed, same things that we noticed, just trying to make it a little more like Gen's stuff. And as soon as we get that back, we will share it with you. Does the headquarters in Washington have public access? No, we have machine gun guards at the front door. Don't come here.
In an attack round.
An attack Rawa. Don't make him.
Have you seen Westworld?
Yes. Yes.
Another version of Raw. A little like Wyatt.
We actually, don't have any of those things. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and we have been known to show off a few things in the lobby. If you happen to be in town and would like to see some stuff, you should let us know ahead of time, because surprise visits are tough. And also realize that we can't really give tours necessarily, but you're welcome to tell us you're coming. We'll show you the stuff we have on display, like some of the ribbon costumes, and that may be it. But we're nice people.
Some of us.
Except for Rollo, attack Rollo. Mostly we're nice people, and we'll. I mean, it's like your house. You don't want people just to show up and want a tour. you kind of would like it if they said, hey, do you mind if we came by and see it's awesome stuff? And we probably would say yes and check the schedule. And just don't think that necessarily we can do coffee or lunch with you necessarily, or that we can give you a whole tour of the building, but the stuff that's interesting is kind of upstairs near the entry. And, you know, if you fly in from New Zealand, you may still only get a 5-minute tour. So unless there's been some big arrangements ahead of time. But yeah, it's a cool place. Nice comments. Then somebody said, I imagine these successes are energizing. They are, it's a weird kind of feeling because I mean, you're so energized, but there's so much going on and there's so much to do that it's kind of, well, like for example, I mean, I can't believe the numbers, but at the same time, I go home yesterday and I'm digging on piles of old hard drives trying to get them to work. I told the guys yesterday I had one that didn't work, an old Toshiba drive. So it was external. I just busted the actual drive out, pulled the controller out. I got a universal controller that I hooked it to, plugged it in, and it works. So I was able to find some stuff off of that. So also trying to make the videos or find the best versions of flybys and things to put on the book, which, yeah, I should show you guys. We should get one of these little prototype things up and running so you can see it. How are we doing?
Good, good. Terry's actually in here.
That's what I saw.
Cool.
Yeah, and he asked if we could play the tune.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so wait, backstory.
Let me see if I can actually change.
We'll have to play. We should play that tune straight up when
Okay.
we're done.
Okay.
That's our.
Okay.
So we have a clock that sits in our conference room.
Here, I'll always look at the clock.
So you guys have seen the conference room or pictures of it. That's the clock that sits in our conference room. That was a gift from Suntalk back in the day, the company that basically funded a large part of Myst. So they gave us that clock way back when. It's been in our conference room forever. What many people don't know is that it actually has a little hidden secret of its own that we will implement, if we remember, you guys remind us, we will implement it. Oh, Ryan's writing it on the whiteboard. When this thing is over. Terry, that's a perfect celebration thing. That's awesome. Oh, man. Okay, cool. And yeah, very good. So I was saying we're invigorated, but we have a lot of work to do. And even though we're not doing a game, there's lots of little things we need to do. All of these games we're concerned about. We want them to be as good as we can make them. So we're all scrambling, trying to find things. And as we mentioned on an update, I think I mentioned it on the AMA, previous AMA, for those of you who didn't see that one, this is quality, this is schedule. We're ticking the meter toward quality, and I think it was almost unanimous in the comments I saw that you guys agree. So we're trying as quickly as possible to get these things out because we want them to, but not at the expense of certain elements of quality, and everybody's on board with that. Idea Planet has been great helping with that as well. So just so you know.
And that goes with the games too.
Yes, with the games as well. That was my point. Good for bringing back around. Yes, we want the games to be as good as possible. That doesn't mean we can remake them from the ground up. It's just that's not very possible. But it does mean that we can consider alternatives to what we've got and see, you know, the things we can do to make those good, to make those last for a long time. So that's cool. Should mention also that a lot of you have asked about add-ons, and we kind of addressed this, but I'll address it again specifically. Kickstarter doesn't support add-ons, and as much as we'd love to take your money by having you click, I want 4 more of those books with the video screen, that would be great. But Kickstarter, that is not something that is supported at a base level with Kickstarter. The way people do that is usually when the Kickstarter is over, you've got surveys or you have somebody handle extra things that people want, add-ons. So, but we still have a schedule driving us, and we still want to get this thing going. So tomorrow, and I'm not kidding you, tomorrow we are sending final numbers for these things to the factories to be produced and paid for and get started on. That is not a lie. We literally today will get our final number, add in, whatever extras we need for defects and those kind of things, and try and come up with an exact prediction. And then that goes tomorrow to Idea Planet and to China. So there is no time for add-ons and those kind of things. If you want more, you've got 30 minutes to kind of create another account and just get another one. And I think, some people have done that.
And I mentioned it in a comment too, that part of it was because we wanted the Kickstarter to last 45 days.
Yes.
We wanted it,
Right. Yeah, we took a little longer on this with the 45 days, and one of the reasons of that is also because when it's done, it's done. So, yeah, you guys understand that. All right, I'll go through some more questions. Can't believe it's a half hour. Mentioned 3D printing in your last video and the idea of having handmade Myst Island replica. I built my own 3D printer. I think it would be a great idea to print Myst, or even Stone Ship would be a good age. What would you consider releasing models in the future? Yeah, I got a 3D printer for my birthday this year, and I've been having fun with it. The Myst model is probably, you won't see that one, the entire Myst Island model. But as part of the Kickstarter, we're gonna release some ready-to-print 3D models for your printers. Hopefully that will work okay. And we're still looking through one. I mean, one of the ones that comes to mind first is a marker switch, which would be really cool. And I don't know if I have time. It would be nice if the marker switch actually worked. It won't be this big. I mean, I guess you could print it that big, but it may be this big, but it would still be cool if the little switch went up and down, right? Yeah. But I probably won't get to that. Sorry. But I have loved messing around with the 3D printer stuff, so I would anticipate that you'll see more from us in that regard. Inkwell and pen, does it have a replaceable nib? I'm not sure on this, but I think we went for something more standard, so it is a replaceable nib. But I don't know that confirmation on that. Yeah, the replaceable nibs. It's a little circular, insert that you put the nibs in, as I recall from calligraphy, and I anticipate that it will be replaceable, or you can put your own nibs in there. But don't hold me to that because I'm not sure. They want a video of you and I discussing and demonstrating dunny writing and the art. Yeah, the way we do dunny right now is this. Our calligraphy.
And then change the font.
And then change the font. Our calligraphy is like most people's calligraphy these days. It's like the computer has taken it over for the most part. Let's see. I'm skipping some of these because I just don't know the answers. Sorry. Oh, with the linking book, will it make the sound when you touch it? Yes, that is one of the things we requested. Is the book itself. You open it, the flyby is there. We discussed the idea of a touch screen, but what we're doing is putting a button under the screen itself on the page that if you touch it gently with your hand, it stops the flyby and plays the linking sound. Because that's what we thought would be cool. if it's not too late for a question, how much did you think this Kickstarter campaign would do? That's a really good question. We set the goal low because we wanted it to happen, you guys have heard me say. And I don't know if we had bets around here of what it would be? Is there like a pool somewhere?
We're actually on our second run of it because it blew
It
past
blew
all our
past.
first.
So hopefully that answered your question. When we started the first week, I said I thought between $1.5 million and $2 million is what I was anticipating. And you know, it kind of went up and down. I wasn't sure as we were going if we were going to make that, but that was what I was predicting. But not, I think there was a couple times where we thought, oh, it could get larger, but I think this was definitely on the high end of anybody's anticipation. Like Vicki said, the pool had to be redone because you guys blew past the highest number on the pool. Actually, the highest number on the pool should win, right?
I'm close.
Oh.
She was the highest number, and hasn't done any more numbering.
Oh my God. Oh, she's like a double winner.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You're hearing voices over there. That's Dog and Lloyd. Lloyd is the one who's answering a bunch of your questions these days too.
Yes.
So if you don't like your answers,
Yeah.
watch that guy. Look for a guy with a Led Zeppelin t-shirt or other
Or
rock
other.
band t-shirt. And Dog is the guy who's testing a lot of this stuff too, among other things.
I don't know, that's gonna be.
I think you're setting up
What?
other systems and whatnot at this point. Yeah.
Compatibility stuff.
Yeah. Lots of crazy compatibility stuff. Okay.
Mine was sound face.
Okay. So there's a lot of people who are pleading for high-res audio sources for the Voodoo soundtrack. We haven't investigated enough to know. We hear your cries, and TBD. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good one. I love these. What's the inspiration for making Dunny a subterranean civilization? This is a multi-part question and answer. The whole idea of Dunny was based loosely on an opening in a house that went down to this underground civilization. And at some point, I just said this should be part of Myst. We should make this part of the Myst lure. And obviously it changed quite a bit, but it maintained the name Dunny, although spelled different, and it maintained the idea that there was this underground opening that would take you to the civilization. Now, beyond that, it started making great sense as the story went on, because you can imagine that and the story writes itself sometimes, as we all know, but
The easy answer is that that's where they live.
because that's where they live. And if your world was going to be destroyed, and if you were going to build a new place to live, which they did, then you probably would want to take into account that if you lived underground, it might give you a better chance if your sun's supernovaed again, and you need a little bit of time to go to other places. Plus, if you have books that take you anywhere, you can live underground, and you just go to a park, right? And go to the Apple Age if you want a snack. You thought I was going to say a computer, didn't you? No, a snack. All right. Ryan, be quiet. Nobody can hear.
I have them ready for
You got
15 minutes.
All right.
15 minutes.
Let me put the ice in and then you guys can
Here again.
All right, we won't talk for a second.
Huh? This is important. This is important. This is where the champagne goes. So.
So some people have suggested closing the blinds,
Okay.
just to reduce glare. You want to try that?
You got it. But it is, it's we need the blind piece.
How does the,
Maybe twist that one back up.
If we twist this one up, it'll, there, this one's.
Oh,
It's weird. There, like that. There we go.
Your ice stuff is very irritating.
Rah.
People are pissed on it.
Oh, jeez.
They don't like that drink.
I mean,
No one here is pissed, right?
It depends on how the drink is.
you're gonna have to hurry up. You're losing people. I believe it. I believe it.
How many of us are there?
There's 15 of us.
and then Angie, I'm gonna put you on too.
Oh, somebody asked what our special sauce is. Are you done, Ryan?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They asked, what is it that we do differently? And I think, we talked about this before, it's not necessarily better, it's just our thing, and that is, we love these games that balance the storyline, the artwork, and the friction. I mean, we try really hard to make those things support each other and work together well. You don't need those for games. You can do a game that's all story and doesn't have any friction, or lots of puzzles, not much story, or all friction and nothing. I mean, whatever. I'm blabbering, but we kind of like it when all those support each other well, and I think it's kind of our game. So that's our secret sauce. It's not so secret, but it is what we like doing. Ryan's out there, crikey.
You said crime.
I think
Crime
we
eating.
started drinking, but we started making drinks. Yeah. Everything would have been smoother now. We would have all gotten much stronger drinks.
Lots of people want to update this online. It's not easy. Wait.
Sorry. Two more. There, I'm done.
All right. Oh,
There you go.
all right. Now you guys can back again. You have 15 minutes of no terrible ice crunching noises. Somebody thanking us for the Mac support. Yeah.
Man, I need to change those pages.
Okay.
15 minutes too.
We may skip a few. We may go a little silent now because we got work to do. We don't. Oh, just so you guys know what we're doing. Once the Kickstarter is over, you can't change certain pages and stuff in it, which makes sense. It's the end of it. So we got to make sure we put in our final things before the before it ends. Yeah. Wow, there's a lot of people on this. Man. Who would like to video some of this?
Yeah, Philip wants to.
Yeah,
What are you guys doing?
just various stuff about here.
So let Mike do
I
it.
can do it.
Mike the test.
My phone has like 10% battery life.
Yeah, we'll get that. That's not that good. Here, you can use mine.
Unless you want to use an iPhone.
Yeah, I use that 4K or whatever it is. I don't even know what this is. There's one. Yeah, just, you can
Press the button.
do whatever you want. Press the button and it'll record. Feel free. This may make it onto a documentary someday. Philip's the one who has this.
No pressure.
Okay. So yeah, we got to update a few things to make sure we're doing it. You guys have 15 minutes to finish your stuff. And I'm assuming that everybody listening has already done this, but make sure you don't want these things. You know, if you're going to bump your tear, do it. Or we're, like I said, we're ordering these tomorrow.
In the fridge.
Not a lot of wiggle room, and we won't make them again. Dash, 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 dash just became a backer. Thank you. Somebody's asking about the Mac versions. Just so you guys are clear, we have full support for Mac. There's the rewards themselves that are to the side. We can't change those once we start. So they specify Windows, but we've done several updates and tried to put little splats on the front banner to indicate that we have full Mac support now, both digital and disk. So those of you who are on the fence, we've been answering a few questions via email, but you should know it's all there, full Mac support. Andy, I'm talking to you. Okay, let's see here.
Brandon, did you do the graphic?
No, I'm doing the graphic now.
Okay.
All right, you guys just have to watch us work and eat.
Or get ready to eat.
Ready, yeah.
And, Doug, if you want to tell the whole team to be in here right at 10, that'd be
Right,
right.
yeah.
Or a minute before.
Appropriate, we have eggs today.
Isn't that fitting?
It's very fitting. And just yesterday I ran across the original handwritten recipe from Byron for the Denny Day. So, you guys organizing my office a little.
And then if somebody wants to just do orange juice or whatever, we have that too.
I don't know what our final percentage is.
What's this?
I'm just calling it.
Go to Kick Track.
They're not super accurate. I'm just gonna call it over 1100%.
So
Percent.
pretty much. It's 2 cups of rum with another liquor. And then, so everyone has 4 ounces of it in, and then they 8 ounces of champagne.
Perfect. So is it like the derailer out there?
I wouldn't put it past you to make it derail. Plenty of those.
So.
Very strong. Oh, you are outfitted, right?
Yeah.
This is
This
Ryan's.
is what a producer does, right? This is the job of the producer?
This is Ryan's tools and workspace. I told them all that you've written me and that we all have to be here.
Well, that's
He's got to go to every party we ever have.
threatened, it's true. Okay. So I made 15. But yeah, I can definitely make more.
The abduction Kickstarter, we did this at what, like 6 a.m.?
Yeah, that was
Brilliant.
Because I've been here all night, like, who all stayed all night?
Me.
Myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Lauren was in that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, all nighter. And then I think we went home.
Yeah, then I attempted to drive home.
All right.
Okay, what, you got 10 minutes?
Yeah. I'm on it here. Okay.
I'm gonna stop this now and then start it up again when we get closer.
Okay.
That was a good little bit to work with.
Perfect. I've updated the graphic.
That's what we recorded. That's what that was. That didn't get recorded.
That one doesn't get recorded.
Okay. I'm saving that. It's gonna say it's over even though it's not over.
Okay. Okay, so the stuff's out. Everybody gets champagne.
How about that Adam Conover stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Is that not cool?
And then it tweeted last night too.
Tweeted last night. That guy rocks. Adam. Thanks, man.
Mr. Conover?
Yeah. Wow.
So,
What a great guy. What a smart guy. You should follow him. He's like,
he is super smart.
yeah,
His,
I know.
his latest stuff is pretty.
I know, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
He's pushing some stuff in places that isn't popular. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Hey, Jeremiah. Sitting over there in the corner.
I've heard the table the other way.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the site?
What we got? What's the time?
We still got like 8 minutes or something.
What's the main page thing?
9 minutes.
I don't know.
9 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, is it the 2 after?
Yeah, so
Okay.
about 9 minutes. But who's counting?
How many more? Is this like eBay? Somebody tries to get the last pledge?
Well, we had the people doing the first slide.
Yeah.
We've had,
What if you all set all our alarms to 10 o'clock?
Oh, yeah. And we're playing that too. I think the live feed goes off automatically
No,
after an hour.
no.
It doesn't?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll start the clock a little early, just in case.
Because they have to see it.
Oh, yeah, no, we've gone longer than an hour.
Will it shut off it when the campaign ends?
No. Shouldn't. It's just everything is locked down on the page at that point. I think we can still do Kickstarter live actually after this one, so. Okay, all that, I got the cake, I'm gonna cut the cake.
I'm gonna send them to Myst.com. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
that's gonna be great. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I was.
Sorry, we're working on stuff here. We'd love to chat with you, but
The air conditioning was working this morning.
Oh, it was really chilly in here, but now it's really warm.
I mean,
All the excitement.
so Myst.com is still going to the Kickstarter.
Yeah, we'll have to change
Yeah,
that.
redirect.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
Yeah.
That one has a little bit of bubbly on the outside of it.
Maybe that one.
Yeah, we'll just see that.
Kind of, yeah. It's be interesting getting a link in here that we don't, that links to itself. Let's just do this.
We could probably
Is that a,
for the carbon.
yeah. Is that a www or just JSON?
I think it has to have HTTP.
Yeah, got all that. I just didn't know if we needed the. We got it.
Hey, Jason, just go grab one.
Okay, it looks like we're not celebrating, but we are. We're all working on stuff. Because we only got a couple minutes left. You guys only have a couple minutes left.
Someone's got to man the clock.
Yes.
For the video.
Yeah. Who's doing that?
Uh,
The video?
Oh, here, I'm gonna get this thing working too, right? Check this out. I love these things. Plug in the battery. Yeah, look at that.
Just walking like.
Actual working linking panel. Don't touch it.
Take us.
That looks pretty sweet.
So we'll have that. Let's go that one.
You guys, I think we
Oh,
should.
wow.
Some chairs out in the hallway.
Okay.
Is everybody trying to stay out of camera?
No, not that you are.
Okay, Carl, if I do,
It's okay, we're.
to go to myst.com, I'm putting www.myst.com.
Yeah,
Right.
or Myst.com should redirect you.
Okay.
But that's the redirect to Kickstarter, I believe.
And we'll just change that after the Kickstarter.
Yeah, it'll loop now, but just change the page so that if anybody goes there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm saving this. Before it gets too late.
Yep.
I don't know how long we have to change that. I'm sure we can give you some grace on there.
I know that the graphic.
Isn't that cool? So yeah, I'm gonna show these guys.
You're just making.
Check it out.
No, it's a my type of.
Okay, there's wires and stuff hanging here.
So
Check it
basically-
out.
There you go.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's really not that washed out.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look that washed out. It looks a lot better than that. I promise. Check out how the water ripples once you land too, huh? Yeah, that's right. Slight improvement.
Okay.
Okay. How much time we got left? 2 minutes
All right.
ish.
I'll be back. I'll be back tonight.
Oh.
Very good.
Yeah, get some more chairs. Somebody can be there.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
here you go. Where's Tony?
I don't know. I gotta go get him.
Somebody go get Tony.
Yeah. let's go over here.
What's the chat saying right now? Anything?
Oh.
Drink the bottle of the Mac.
Wow. Only almost 20,000.
That is amazing. Spray the Mac.
Oh.
Spray the Mac.
Hey, your shirt. Look at that shirt.
Still thinking.
At least the Mac's still there.
There it is.
Beautiful rainbow color.
I was all fancy today, guys. Look at.
How close?
Don't forget the clock.
Yeah,
Don't forget
somebody's
the
gonna count
clock.
us down, right?
We have to count down what it says in Kickstarter.
There's lots of people in this room, but none of them want to be on camera. They're like, oh, they're all so shy. Are you on camera?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
On the
see you.
chat, see?
I see you.
All
All right, got like a little over a minute.
Yeah.
Got that going.
What time does it say on Kickstarter?
3 minutes, it's 3 minutes to go to Kickstarter.
Yeah, that was 10:02 when we started.
But that's, oh,
Right,
God,
it was funny.
yeah.
Are you gonna do the clock right at 10?
Yeah, the clock.
10:02.
3 minutes.
Whatever, and
Oh, it's
there,
not, does it have to be on the hour?
no, we need to, we'll pull this chain in whenever.
Okay.
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
I'm just passing out.
You're gonna hand them out?
Thanks to everybody that helped with this.
For the video.
We have so many partners helping out in every turn.
Email them.
GOG helping with stuff, we've got Idea Planet, we've got WM on board, we've got, who am I missing? Yep, GOG. Who else do we have outside who helped out with this thing?
Oh, man.
So many,
Blake and Katie and.
yeah, lots of fans who wanted to.
Yes, our graphic designer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yes.
Derek helped us on it.
Derek?
Yeah.
Did a logo,
Yeah.
yep. It's been,
We cannot go by Kickstarter time, it still shows 2 minutes.
you know, but that's because we started.
We started at
That's
10:02.
That's why.
What?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Remember, it's like, oh, the
Yeah.
thing.
I was still
So, yeah, let's pass these out. Let's-
And then, yeah, mine had a bunch of advocates and we were passing stuff by for those fans that kind of really showed, helped out with stuff.
Okay.
Adam's done over before, so
What's
as we should keep saying, thanks, Adam.
Oh my gosh.
So many people. All right,
I'm
I don't know how this opens, it's not like a cord. No. You know, there's an issue there.
Right here in time.
Right, is that how those open?
Yeah, just wait, don't do it quite yet. It's not, we're gonna be.
It's less than one
We're
minute.
gonna get 10:03, 75 seconds.
Oh, yeah, we gotta count now.
Did you show? Did you show? Did you show everybody your like?
1 minute.
I didn't think it was 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Not yet, 60
yeah,
seconds.
try it, but not try it.
Wait.
Did I?
No, it's.
Down by this, it says it ended.
The stream?
It's good. 45, 44.
I'm at 42. 42, I got to shake order.
You wanna try it?
Maybe on their page, it's like.
We can't figure out how to open the champagne.
Everybody's getting recorded. Thank you.
Right.
Oh, you want me to do it?
You do it.
Tell me when. Is it still going?
So I think that means it's second.
Okay,
Yes.
15.
14.
10,
9.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you all.
Thank you guys. Man.
Oh yeah, the clock. Here.
Camera?
Yeah, I'll turn it.
Here.
And now.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. We're gonna have a little snack and then we'll get to work trying to make things for you and us.
I'll just pan the team here, just so everybody sees.
Make sure everybody, get everybody in on this.
Thank you.
There you go.
We're gonna wrap.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
a wrap.
Thank you, guys. I picture you all cheering.
Our work here is just begun.
Yes.
You want to cut tape?
Yeah.
Are we still on there?
Yeah, I'll turn right on. Right.